Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna, relaying texts 1, 3, text 4 and text 5 of chapter 16, the divine and demoniac natures of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Texts 1, 3, Shri Bhagwan Uvacha, Abhayam, Sattva Sama, Shuddhir Jnana, Yoga Vyavasthitih, Danam, Damashrava, Yajnashrava, Swadhyayastapa, Arjavam, Ahimsa, Satyam Krodhasa Tyagah, Shantir, पैशूनम दया भूतेष्वलोलुपत्वं मार्दवं ऋर चापलम तेजः क्षमा धृतिः शौचं द्रोहो नाति मा नीता भवन्ति संपदं दैवीं बीजातस्य भारत. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, truthfulness, non-violence, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharat, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature. In this 16th chapter, the Lord explains both the transcendental nature and its attendant qualities and the demoniac nature and its qualities. He also explains the advantages and disadvantages of these qualities. The word abhijatasya, in reference to one born of transcendental qualities or godly tendencies, is very significant. To beget a child in a godly atmosphere is known in the Vedic scriptures as Garbhadhana Sanskar. One must thus have firm conviction that Krishna as Paramatma will take care of a soul surrendered to him. I shall never be alone, one should think. Even if I live in the darkest regions of a forest, I shall be accompanied by Krishna and he will give me all protection. That conviction is called abhayam, fearlessness. The next item is Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitiha, being engaged in the cultivation of knowledge. Sannyasi life is meant for distributing knowledge to the householders and others who have forgotten their real life of spiritual advancement. The next item is charity. Charity is meant for the householders. The householders should earn a livelihood by the honorable means and spend 50% of their income to propagate Krishna's consciousness all over the world. Then as far as Dhamma, self-control, is concerned, it is not only meant for other orders of religious society, but is especially meant for the householder. Although he has a wife, a householder should not use his senses for sex life unnecessarily. Sacrifice is another item to be performed by the householders because sacrifices require a large amount of money. Then Swadhyaya, Vedic study, is meant for brahmacharya or student life. Tapas or austerity is especially meant for the retired life. As far as the Brahmanical quality of simplicity is concerned, not only should a particular order of life follow this principle, but every member, be he in the Brahmacharya ashram, Gruhastha ashram, Vanaprastha ashram or Sannyas ashram, one should be very simple and straightforward. Ahimsa means not arresting the progressive life of any living entity. Satyam, this word means that one should not distort the truth for some personal interest. Akrodha means to check anger. Apaishunam means that one should not find fault with others or correct them unnecessarily. Reer means that one should be very modest and must not perform some act which is abominable. Achapalam, determination, means that one should not be agitated or frustrated in some attempt. The word tejas used here is meant for the Kshatriyas. The Kshatriyas should always be very strong to be able to give protection to the weak. But a person who is able to curb down his enemy may, under certain conditions, show forgiveness. He may excuse minor offenses. Shaucham means cleanliness, not only in mind and body, but in one's dealings also. Nati ma nita Not expecting honor applies to the Shudras, the worker class, which are considered according to Vedic injunctions to be the lowest of the four classes. All these 26 qualities mentioned are transcendental qualities. They should be cultivated according to the different statuses of social and occupational order. The purport is that even though material conditions are miserable, if these qualities are developed by practice by all classes of men, then gradually it is possible to rise to the highest platform of transcendental knowledge. Text 4. Dambho darpo अभिमानश्रव क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य पार्थ संपदमा सुरिम. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness and ignorance, these qualities belong to those of demoniac nature, O son of Pritha. In this verse, the royal road to hell is described. The demoniac want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science. Although they do not follow the principles, they are always arrogant or proud in possessing some type of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability. Although they do not command respect, over trifles they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently. They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They do everything whimsically according to their own desire and they do not recognize any authority. The demoniac qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mothers, and as they grow they manifest all these inauspicious qualities. Text 5. Daivi sampadavi mokshaya nibandhaya suri mata ma shuchaha sampadam daivim bhijato asi Pandava. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities. Lord Krishna encouraged Arjun by telling him that he was not born with demoniac qualities. His involvement in the fight was not demoniac because he was considering the pros and cons. He was considering whether respectable persons like Bhishma and Drona should be killed or not. So he was not acting under the influence of anger, false prestige or harshness. Therefore, he was not of the quality of the demons. For a Kshatriya military man, shooting arrows at the enemy is considered transcendental and refraining from such a duty is demoniac. Therefore, there was no cause for Arjun to lament. Anyone who performs the regulative principles of the different orders of life is transcendentally situated.